Hello and welcome to 10-Minute Movie Reviews. Today we're going to look at Men of Honor. We'll ask the question, does it still hold up? Let's get into it. I always like to cover my feelings about a movie prior to rewatching it. So I remember this being a very good movie. Good enough that I added it to my DVD collection, which was very extensive back in the early 2000s. Cuba Gooding Jr. played the role quite well, but it was De Niro that I remember the most. He played the part of Master Chief and was a real dick. Overall, my memory of the movie was very positive, great true story with solid performances. This movie is the story of Carl Brashear, and don't worry, I had no idea who it was either. Anyway, Carl was the first African American to become a U.S. Navy master diver. As I mentioned, the movie stars Cuba Gooding Jr. as Carl Brashear and Robert De Niro as Master Chief Billy Sunday. The film takes place in the 50s and 60s, and this was obviously a time when racism was still prevalent in the United States and segregation was the norm in the Navy. Brashear grew up in rural Kentucky as the son of a sharecropper. He was a great swimmer and decided it was a good idea to join the Navy and get away. As he's getting on the bus to go to basic training, his dad tells him not to give up, ever, and don't come back here for a long time. In the next scene, we see Carl as a cook on a Navy ship. Clearly not what Carl was looking for when he joined the Navy. Despite facing discrimination and being denied opportunities, he works his way up through the ranks. Brashear faces many challenges throughout his career, but his determination and unwavering spirit never falters. The movie received mixed reviews from the critics and audiences. Rotten Tomatoes gives it 42% on the tomato meter, but an audience score comes in at 81% with over 50,000 reviews. Overall, the critics generally praise the performances of Gooding and De Niro, as well as an inspiring story of Carl Brashear's perseverance and achievement. However, some critics found the film to be formulaic and lacking in originality. What the movie lacks in surprise, it makes up for in sincerity and power, wrote Roger Ebert. In the USA Today, Claudia Puig said, "The story is a familiar one, and the screenplay doesn't offer much new or original. But the fine performances of Gooding and De Niro make the movie worth seeing." Not exactly a glowing recommendation. Let me give you some interesting facts about the movie. The real-life Carl Brashear served as a technical advisor on the film and worked closely with Cuba Gooding Jr. to help him accurately portray his life story. In preparation for his role, Gooding underwent rigorous Navy SEAL training, including dive training. Robert De Niro was initially hesitant to take the role, as he had never played a military character before. However, he was convinced to take the role after meeting with real-life Carl Brashear. In 1966, Brashear was the first African American to become a U.S. Navy master diver. Later, he became Master Chief Petty Officer, the highest rank an enlisted sailor can achieve. Brashear received numerous awards for his service, including the Navy Distinguished Service Medal, the Navy Commendation Medal, and the Purple Heart. While the film received mixed reviews from critics, it was a commercial success, grossing over $82 million worldwide. Okay, so let's talk about the performances of the big names in the movie, including one I haven't mentioned yet, Charlize Theron. Cuba Gooding Jr. delivers a powerful performance as Brashear, capturing both his strength and his vulnerability. You can really feel his determination and spirit throughout the movie, especially in the intense underwater scenes. Okay, let me quickly just give you a big old spoiler alert here. Carl has an accident on deck after recovering a hydrogen bomb on the sea floor. This was an actual event that took place. He saved another sailor but was struck in the leg. He was told that his career was over, but he could walk again with a cane. Well, he would have none of that. He decides to have his leg frickin' amputated and wear a prosthetic in order to hopefully continue his career. There was no guarantees, and in fact, he would have to go in front of a review board to show that he was able to perform his duties. Robert De Niro was excellent as Master Chief Billy Sunday. Sunday was a Master Chief and also had an accident that meant he could no longer dive. He becomes a naval deep sea trainer when Bashir comes to the school. He's a racist, and over he tries to force Bashir to quit, but sees him prove himself over and over. In the end, he becomes supportive of Bashir and helps him train to get back to active duty after his accident. His scenes with Gooding are the strongest in the film. Finally, Charlize Theron. She plays the role of Gwen Sunday, the wife of Master Chief Sunday. Her portrayal comes across as a bit of an annoying drunkard. Her being so much younger than De Niro took me out of the story a bit. She has a few good moments in the movie, but definitely not her strongest work. One of the most powerful scenes is its climax, where Bashir is in front of the review board. It's headed up by Captain Hanks, who's a Navy man that is trying to get Bashir to retire after the loss of his leg. He surprises Bashir by bringing in the newest naval diving suit, which is significantly heavier, and says, per the guidebook, a sailor must be able to stand from a seated position unassisted and take 12 steps in full gear. This would be hard for men with 2 good legs. I don't think I could do it.
God damn it, Cookie! Move your ass! I want my 12!
So, does it still hold up? Absolutely it does. I loved watching this movie again after so many years. One could argue that it's better and more relevant now in 2023 than it was when it was made. Is it perfect? No, of course not. But you won't be disappointed either. It's a great story that I didn't know before I originally watched, and I would highly recommend a rewatch, or a watch for the first time if you haven't seen it. Currently, you can rent this film on Amazon for $3.99. I hope you enjoyed this quick review, and let me know what you think in the comments. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing to my channel. It costs you nothing, but you'll be notified of future videos.